Living on an extremely low income can feel next to impossible. The stress of not knowing if you'll be able to afford rent, get groceries, or even keep the lights on is overwhelming. Just for clarity's sake on what extremely low income is, pay attention to this. In the United States, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, defines extremely low income as income below 30% of the area median income. This varies by location, but in 2023, it would be around $16,000 or less for a single-person household in most parts of the country. Subjectively, an income level where someone struggles to afford very basic necessities, like food, shelter, utilities, and healthcare, could be considered extremely low. But what if I told you that with some strategic planning and smart lifestyle adjustments, you can survive and thrive, even on a shoestring budget? That's right, it is possible to get by, and even build up savings when money is crazy tight. And no one knows this better than finance guru Dave Ramsey. Dave has helped millions tackle debt and gain financial freedom. And over his long career, he's developed tons of clever tips for living on limited means. Welcome to MoneyWise Investor, your trusted source for financial information. Today, I'll be sharing Dave's 34 best strategies for getting by when you're living on an extremely low income. These practical, actionable money hacks will empower you to reduce expenses, make the most of every dollar, and set yourself up for success, even when cash is scarce. But before we get started, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Now, let's go through Dave Ramsey's 34 tips for living on a low income, one by one, starting with tip number 1. Track every dollar you spend. You see, knowledge is power, and understanding where your money is going is the first step to taking control of your financial destiny. So whether it's that sneaky latte or the occasional online shopping spree, jot it down, type it in, do whatever floats your boat. The key is to see the bigger picture and find those pockets of cash that are mysteriously vanishing. Remember, it's all about being Sherlock Holmes with your finances. Tip number 2. Create a zero-based budget. Dave Ramsey swears by this method. And boy, it does work like a charm. Here's the deal. You assign every single dollar a job. No dollar left behind. Give each buck a purpose. Bills, groceries, that rainy day fund, you name it. And hey, if you're old school like me, rock those budgeting envelopes like a boss. It's all about being intentional with your moolah. Tip number 3. Downsize your housing. If you're living in a space that feels a bit more mansion-y than you need, it might be time to downsize a tad. Dave's mantra? Live like no one else now, so you can live like no one else later. Trade that extra square footage for some serious financial freedom. Plus, smaller space equals less space to fill with stuff you don't actually need. It's a win-win, my friend. Tip number 4. Lower your transportation costs. If you're juggling a car payment, insurance, and gas, it might be time to consider some money-smart alternatives. Think about it. Carpooling, public transit, and dare I say, biking not only save you money, but you're also reducing your carbon footprint. Double win. And hey, if you can ditch that car payment, your wallet will give you a standing ovation. Tip number 5. Cut the cable cord. With a plethora of streaming options available these days, you can customize your entertainment needs without breaking the bank. So grab that popcorn and start binge watching those series guilt-free. Tip number 6. Stop dining out. Time to put on that apron, my frugal foodies. Eating out might be fun, but trust me, your wallet isn't having a good time. Get cozy with your kitchen and cook up a storm. Meal prepping is your new superpower, and trust me, it's as rewarding for your taste buds as it is for your bank account. And hey, you might just discover your inner Gordon Ramsay in the process. Tip number 7. Brown bag your lunch. Skip those pricey lunch outings and bring your delicious homemade masterpieces to work. Not only are you saving cash, but you're also treating your body to some wholesome goodness. Your wallet and your waistline will thank you. Tip number 8. Cancel unused subscriptions. Alright, it's time to declutter that digital life of yours. Scroll through your subscriptions and say goodbye to the ones you're not using. Streaming services, gym memberships, magazine subscriptions. If you're not using them, they're just siphoning money from your wallet. Trust me, that extra cash will look much better in your bank account. Tip number 9. Buy generic brands. Here's a little secret. Generic doesn't mean subpar. In fact, it's a money-saving magic trick. The next time you're strolling down those grocery aisles, give those generic brands a chance. You'll be surprised at how much money you can save without actually sacrificing quality. Your wallet will thank you. Tip number 10. Use cash only. Leave those plastic cards at home and embrace the power of tangible currency. When you're using cash, you're physically seeing your money disappear. It's a fantastic way to stay mindful of your spending. Plus, no credit card debt creeping up on you. It's all about that green real money machine. Tip number 11. Shop thrift stores and yard sales. Say hello to the world of thrift stores and yard sales. You won't believe the treasures you can unearth in these hidden gems. From clothing to furniture, you'll score some incredible deals that'll have your friends asking, "Where'd you get that?" And hey, your wallet won't mind the compliment either. Tip number 12. Borrow books and movies. Why spend a fortune on books and DVDs when you can borrow them for free? Your local library is a treasure trove of knowledge and entertainment, waiting to be explored. Plus, sharing is caring, right? Tip number 13. Host potlucks with friends. Friends, food, and frugality. Now that's a winning combination. It's time to host those legendary potluck gatherings. Gather your squad, each bringing a dish, and voila, you've got a feast that won't break the bank. It's all about celebrating togetherness and indulging in a variety of flavors without emptying your wallet. Tip number 14. Cut back on gifts. Gift giving with a frugal twist, folks. It's time to rethink those pricey presents. Get crafty, get creative. Homemade gifts are not only heartfelt, but budget-friendly. Whether it's a hand-knitted scarf or a personalized playlist, your loved ones will appreciate the thought and effort behind it. Tip number 15. DIY instead of hiring out. Before you reach for that phone to call a professional, consider tackling small repairs and projects yourself. With the help of tutorials and a little elbow grease, you'll not only save money, but also gain some serious bragging rights. Tip number 16. Negotiate bills and cut expenses. Don't be afraid to pick up that phone and flex those negotiation muscles. Whether it's your cable bill or your internet plan, a simple call can lead to some surprising discounts. Companies want to keep you as a loyal customer, and they're often more willing to make a deal than you might think. Tip number 17. Freeze your credit cards. Literally, if you find yourself swiping those cards a bit too often, a dramatic move like freezing them in a block of ice can give you the pause you need to think twice before making impulsive purchases. It's a visual reminder of your commitment to smart spending. Tip number 18. Pay with cash only. Remember that cash we talked about earlier? Well, it's time to let those bills do the talking at the checkout counter. When you pay with cash, you're more aware of how much you're spending. It's like a reality check that keeps your spending habits in check. Plus, you won't have to worry about those credit card bills haunting you later. Tip number 19. Learn to cook from scratch. Let's head to the heart of the home, the kitchen, and roll up those sleeves because we're cooking from scratch. From bread to pasta sauces. When you cook from scratch, you're not only in control of what gets into your food, but you're also saving big bucks compared to those pre-packaged options. Plus, who doesn't love the aroma of a home-cooked meal filling the air? Tip number 20. Grow your own produce. Whether you have a sprawling backyard or just a tiny balcony, growing your own produce can significantly cut down on your grocery bill. Fresh herbs, veggies, and even fruits right at your fingertips. Now that's the definition of fruitful savings. Tip 21. Cut back on AC and heat. In the warmer months, a little less AC and a strategically placed fan can keep you cool without sending your energy bill through the roof. And when winter rolls in, layering up and embracing cozy blankets can do wonders for your wallet and your snug factor. Tip number 22. Air dry clothes instead of using a dryer. Not only does air drying your clothes save energy and money, but it also extends the lifespan of your garments. Plus, you'll get a bonus dose of that amazing fresh air scent. Nature's fabric softener, right? Tip 23. Turn off lights when not in use. Now it's time to play a little game of lights on, lights off. Turning off those lights when you leave a room might sound simple, but trust me, it's a game changer. Those sneaky energy vampires can suck up unnecessary power, and your wallet is the one feeling the bite. Embrace natural light during the day and get into the habit of flipping those switches off when you exit. Your future self will thank you. Tip number 24. Cancel cable and downgrade internet. With the plethora of streaming options available, there's no need to pay hefty cable bills. And while we're at it, consider downgrading your internet plan. If you find yourself paying for more speed than you actually need, trust me, you'll still be able to stream those cat videos just fine. Tip number 25. Use public transportation. Public transit is not only budget-friendly, but it's also a great opportunity to catch up on reading, podcasts, or simply people-watching. Say goodbye to gas and parking fees, and hello to stress-free commuting. Tip number 26. Walk or bike for short trips. For those quick errands or trips to a nearby friend's place, walking or biking is not only cost-effective, but also fantastic for your health. Plus, you'll get a chance to enjoy your surroundings, and maybe even discover hidden gems in your neighborhood. Tip number 27. Make your own cleaning supplies. Say goodbye to those expensive cleaning aisle splurges, and hello to your very own cleaning concoctions. Basic ingredients like vinegar, baking soda, and lemon can work wonders when it comes to cleaning. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of knowing exactly what's in your cleaning products. It's a win for your wallet and your home. Tip number 28. Have a yard sale. Do you have some items lying around that you don't need anymore? Turn that clutter into cash by hosting a yard sale. Not only will you declutter your space, but you'll also make a few extra bucks to pad your pockets. Tip number 29. Swap services with friends. Whether it's offering your mad graphic design skills in exchange for your friend's plumbing expertise or trading babysitting duties, swapping services can save you serious dough. It's a win-win situation that strengthens friendships and keeps your wallet happy. Tip number 30. Join a barter network. Bartering just got a whole lot more exciting. Say hello to barter networks. These networks connect people looking to trade goods and services without exchanging cash. It's a fantastic way to get what you need without spending a dime. Who knew that your unused guitar could be traded for some home-cooked meals? Tip number 31. Get a side hustle. Time to unleash your inner entrepreneur. Whether it's freelancing, tutoring, or starting a small business, a side hustle can inject some serious cash flow into your budget. Plus, it's a fantastic opportunity to pursue your passions and showcase your skills. Tip number 32. Live below your means. Sure, it's tempting to keep up with the latest trends, but embracing a simpler lifestyle and resisting those impulsive purchases can lead to serious savings. It's all about prioritizing your long-term financial goals over short-term indulgences. Tip number 33. Focus on needs, not wants. It's time to play a little game of need versus want. Let's break it down, shall we? When making purchase decisions, ask yourself, is this a need or a want? By focusing on your needs and cutting back on those fleeting wants, you'll be amazed at how much you can save. Plus, you'll gain a newfound appreciation for what truly matters. Tip number 34. Build an emergency fund. Now, it's time to talk about emergency funds. Life's full of surprises, and having a solid emergency fund is like having your financial superhero cape on. Start small, set realistic goals, and watch that emergency fund grow over time. It's your safety net when life throws you a curveball. As you can see, with some strategic trimming and frugal adjustments, it is possible to get by and even build security on an extremely limited income. It takes sacrifice and commitment for sure, but armed with Dave Ramsey's battle-tested tips, you can take control of your finances and not just survive, but thrive when money is unbelievably tight. So be empowered. With creativity and determination, you've totally got this. To get more money-saving hacks and financial tips, remember to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss any financial update from us. Thank you so much for joining us today. Until next time, stay MoneyWise.